Well, it's quite a wintry start here in the eastern area of the Lake District. There is snow on the peaks. Winter always takes its time to come to an end here in the UK. The forecast today is around -2, perhaps later on in the day, with wind chills at -8. However, there is no forecast of heavy rain or extreme winds, which is typical because, as you can probably tell, one has got himself a new jacket ready for whatever the weather of the Lake District has to offer. So this is the mountain equipment Lotzi, and yes, it cost me an arm and a leg, but why not? I thought I'd treat myself. But today, probably not going to be put to its full test, but it's a good investment and it's a good reassurance for when the weather is more inclement in the future. The plan is to head up towards Scandale Pass between Middle Dodd and High Hartsop Dodd, and obviously as I ascent we'll be blessed with a bit of snow and frost. Photographic opportunities, who knows? I never know on day hikes, and this exactly why I love it. It's unpredictable. It's been a fair few weeks since I last visited the Lake District, and that's got to do with recent promotion. So I've been a lot busier, putting a lot more hours in at home and in the office. But I tell you what, it's so good to return. And I know when I come on these visits, I focus a lot around the videography, the photography, but it's also important just to take everything in. A bit of mindfulness, taking all the sights, the sounds, the rushing water, the cascades, wonderful stuff. It's good just to escape from the corporate environment as it was. Photography wise, I'm travelling up to our Scandale Pass. I'm currently on Caiston Glen, and there's not a lot of light coming through, but I'll just show you this nice array of trees. I think the hawthorns, wonderful, gnarly. And I could just do with a little bit of light on those, but this valley doesn't often get a lot of light, especially in the morning. Never mind, I'm sure there's plenty of opportunities ahead. Now back to today's route. I'm going to head up to Scandale Pass, and then I'm going to head up to Scandale Head and down towards High Pike and Low Pike, which forms part of the Fairfield horseshoe, and then it's just a return route back to the top of Scandale Head and Scandale Pass, and then I've got the options to either turn right up towards Middle Dodd and Red Screes, or to turn left, carry on up to High Hartsop Dodd. Might do both. We shall see. Options are open. So the walking sticks are out, which obviously helped me in my ascent. I'm nearly at Scandale Pass, approaching the Scandale Head. They say that it reduces 20% of weight load on your knees, and when you get to a certain age, and I'm still fairly young, but when you're on the better side of 40, obviously it helps with the old knees. So here we are. I mentioned there was no light deeper down in the valley, but now I've climbed higher and the sun is out. That's towards Middle Dodd. Is that there is some nice faint light on the fells at the moment, so I'm hoping to take opportunity of that. I'll tell you what, it's been a fair few weeks and I can feel it. I can certainly feel it. Has definitely dropped, but I keep on moving. It's not really impacting me as much. Past Scandale Head, and now I'm heading towards my first Wainwright of the day, which is High Pike, and that'll then drop down to Low Pike. And as I said before, this forms part of the Fairfield horseshoe. From there it's basically a return journey, but some nice mountains opening up. The southern fells, Coniston, lovely. So hoping to get some shots of those. The old telephoto. The splashes of light, a bit of contrast, very faint light, but I tell you what, there's a bit of cloud building up. First shot of the day, or shots of the day, looking towards the other part of the Fairfield horseshoe, and then beyond, I believe to Heart of Fell, the conical shape, you've got Coniston, Southern Fells basically, and it's all about shapes and different contrasts with the light. There's a bit of light in the foreground fell, and that's creating some nice depth as well. Long lens just to isolate it all and making it all nice and compact. So yeah, first one in the bag. Finally made it. The first fell of the day, High Pike, and now it's quite a drop actually down to Low Pike. High Pike sits at 656 metres, Low Pike is 508 metres. Turn around. And you've got Windermere there in the background. Still little splashes of light. Still some nice depth looking around, the nice shapely fell tops. Let me look at this. Just nice to take it in, even if there's no real composition standing out. So photography wise, doesn't really matter. The fact is I'm here, it's a very nice day actually, it's very still. Bit of a chill, but there's certainly no -8 wind chill. So let's crack on. So I'm back at Scandale Head. That's quite a testing walk. Last time I talked to you, I was at High Rigg. I had to drop down to Low Rigg 150 metre drop, then back up. Quite technical. Whew, it's taken quite a bit out of me. Right, it's question time. Do I go for Red Screes behind me? I'm currently at, what am I currently at? Let's have a little look. 737 millimetres. 737 millimetres. I've shrunk 737 metres. Red Screes is about 776 metres, so it's level-ish to where I am now, but there's a bit of a drop and then a climb. It's too tempting, isn't it? But before I do that, I've seen a shot. I love the shapes of this and the strata and the positioning of these rocks. It's lovely geology around there. I've just noticed this actually. It's like an armadillo. Look. Well, look at this. I'm using a tripod to compose this shot. I haven't used this in a while. I just thought I'd take a bit of time, compose it, and I'll just quickly talk you through it. First of all, choice of lens, 16mm, reason being wide angle lens just superimposes the strong foreground shapes, in this case diagonal lines. Wonderful. And then that takes you on to the mid-ground with some nice lights, and then the star of the show, really, something which really catches the eye, and that's the light bouncing off at Windermere, which in itself is a nice curve. So diagonals leading the eye in, onto the mid-ground, nice bit of light, and then Windermere in the background. Where are we? 2 second time. Is that 2 second time? Oh, it's been a while. I'm a bit rusty. There we go. Right. So if you look at the back of the screen, it's quite dark, but I've exposed for the background quite a lot of dynamic range going on here, but I'll just increase the exposure in the foreground, probably just by adding a digital grad to it. Right, here it goes. Probably can't see that back of the screen, so I'll show you it now. I nearly forgot. I had to take into account when I'm composing this patch of snow just behind this. God, I can't get up. Just behind this row of rocks, because if we included that in the frame, that really would create some distraction. So you see here, didn't want that, so I got quite low, but I also had to make sure I wasn't too low, because I wanted Windermere. Did I say Windermere, by the way? I didn't say Ullswater, did I? I said Windermere. I wanted Windermere in the background, showing the angle, because it wouldn't be as strong as an image if not. Right, I'm quite tired, can you tell? I need to compose myself and still think about doing Red Screes. Right, here's the shot. Red Screes, and that behind me is the one and only Mr. Black Crag. What a gentleman. And I tell you what, some lovely light as started. It's a bit precarious. I've used a couple of lenses so far, telephoto, got a 35mm on as well. I'll just show you what I've seen. About 4:30, sunrise, hour and a half, 2 hours away. I've got some good light, and I've been lucky so far. The forecasted weather of snow flurries has not hit me. Right, okay, I'm going to spend a few more moments around here lapping it in, and then I'm going to head back down and finish the hike. Bit of brain fog going on there. I've got 2 fells to do, and I forgot I've got this lump to do, and then from there Little Heart Crag, and then High Hartsop Dodd. Have I got that right? I am really tired. The thing is about these trips, you need to bear with me, because I have about 3 to 4 hours kip just to get here to allow me good time for a good day's hike. And it's at this time, it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock, where I'm just drained. So if I start talking nonsense, that's the reason. I'm not sound a bit fake. I'm not fake. I'm not that fake. Anyway, the light is still around us. What a wonderful day, and what a pleasure to meet Glenn Black Crag. Hoping to meet him soon again. Right, okay, I'm going to finish this hike and make my way back to the car, drive to the nearest cheeseburger shop and get a double cheeseburger and fries. I like to treat myself. Okay, till next time, keep smiling. Bye bye for now. I remember that. Wow. High Hartsop Dodd. What a killer. What a descent. Oh, cheeseburger. Give me cheeseburger.